What's going on? This is City Wrestling Radio, and it's our weekly Sunday Night Heat review show. I'm your host, Corey Smith. Over there is joining me is my main roster mate, Mr. Jose Oseguera. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you doing? And how are you doing? Live from San Jose, we have Heat, September 20th. I'm
Heat.
doing great.
Live, live with a little asterisk. I wish I had the what is it? Bob Madden? Steve Madden? No, not Steve Madden. No, that's the clothing. John Madden. See, I was thinking the clothing designer, Steve Madden. John Madden, where he drew on screen. I wish I had one of those. But live to tape from San Jose, California, Sunday Night Heat, episode 8. If you don't know, now you know. Me and Jose, each week we review Sunday Night Heat because, there's too much crap on the WWE Network. I think there's just too much stuff you don't need to watch,
So we watch it for you.
Especially when you cringe out and you're like, why are they rooting for this guy? We're right there with you. You know what I mean? Val Venus sucks. We know. Sable is over sexualized. DX, they're faces, but they kind of suck too. Even though X-Fox seems like he would be nice. You know what I mean? I don't know.
And Jim Cornette is a 70s manager staple.
Oh God! And Jim Cornette is on this episode. So,
which with 2020 eyes, I'm like, ugh, Jim Cornette, but I can also say, whew, how refreshing, Jim Cornette.
I will say, Jim Cornette on this episode, yes, he was a breath of fresh air, especially next to Shane McMahon and eventually next to Vince McMahon, replacing Jim Ross. But before we get into all of that, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe at CWR415, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Keep up to date with us and all the cool stuff we post on Instagram, things we don't talk about on air, and we do other shows besides this, something called The B Show. It's where me and Michael Vergara review NXT and AEW Dynamite each week. And we talk about them both. We talk about the news and keep you up to date with everything going on. So check that out and check everything else we do out on every podcast delivery application. Click that little subscribe button, the bell. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and do all of that. And So
can I just say I'm eating up all that AEW stuff? That stuff is just gold.
AEW?
Yep.
Yes.
Did I say that right?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
I was just making sure. I love AEW, and also there's something about those toys. I want to get my hands on one of them eventually. I'm every day I'm checking the Walmart website. I'm like, do you got one? I saw one of them had a Cody recently, and I was like, should I drive to Martinez for a Cody? If I have to pick someone up from jail, then maybe, but I don't know.
Yeah, and the Cody might not be there by the time you get there.
I know, that one sells out. Anyways, nonetheless, check us out on every podcast delivery application, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all that good stuff. All right.
Yeah, Chris Jericho action figure staring at me right now.
A little bit of the bubbly. So we kick it off with episode 8, like you said, from the Shark Tank. I do love this because I watched the Monday Night Raw leading into this because, it's from the Shark Tank, home of such recent events as TLC 2018, Extreme Rules 2017. One show definitely better than the other. I will say that, including what they did with the Women's Championship. I'm not mad. I didn't pay good money to have a ref call me a mark.
On that and Corey's take, check out episode 7 of
City Wrestling Radio.
Sunday Night Heat.
Oh, yeah. Nonetheless, Shane McMahon, Shane Watch day number 8. He is there 8 weeks strong, alongside, like we said, just starting this episode, Jim Cornette.
Who would have thought? You would have thought that Jim Cornette got to sit next to JR. But instead, we get Shane McMahon with Jim Cornette.
Well, Jim Cornette was kind of I believe he could do play-by-play. He could do color commentary.
But it was more color commentary. Well, there was no play-by-play, standard play-by-play guy for this episode.
Yeah. No, because you would see Shane try to be like, oh, look at him hit that nice suplex. That slam.
What did he say? He said,
Ooh.
that's a triangle reverse chicken wing. Ain't that right, Cornette? He was like, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care. There we go. My Cornette. I'm harnessing it. Okay,
That's
so we kick off the show with a complete. And this is why I had to go back and watch Monday Night Raw last week. So, Mankind comes out, and he's joined with Ken Shamrock and The Rock. Mind you, this is pre-corporation days. So this isn't The Rock and Mankind as a tag team. This isn't The Rock and Sock Connection. Shamrock is just there for some reason. So what I found out happened is, so this is, like I said, this is Mankind versus Dustin Runnels. Yes. Shamrock and Rock, they want their hands on Undertaker and Kane separately. So they know.
Was there a reason why Shamrock? Because Shamrock just came off of
Shamrock ruined his title match with Stone Cold Steve Austin on Monday Night Raw the week prior. Okay. So he wants Undertaker. I believe Rock wants Kane separately. They never really gotten it. So they know that Undertaker and Kane, I don't know if you're still following me, are going after Mankind. So Mankind's kind of like the bait, but they're like, they're still trying to protect Mankind in a sense.
And how tell me about The Rock again. Why is he involved in this? He has beef with Kane because of the D-Lo stuff.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So that led on and on. And even on Monday Night Raw when Shamrock, he got involved. So it was eventually Shamrock and The Rock and Mankind in the ring on Raw.
Right.
So like I said, it's like somebody hit the randomize button on WWE 2K20. Dustin seems like he I don't know, he doesn't seem like he wants to be there though. I don't know.
Yeah, he's selling like mental issues.
Mankind brings him back into the ring. No, he like keeps running out of the ring. He's like, I can't do it. I can't get in the ring and fight you, Mankind. I'm having too many issues with my life.
And my wife is doing porno movies
with Val Venus. And so looking back in 2020, I thought Retribution was going to make their debut. I thought they time traveled for a second. For a second there, I was like, did Retribution go back to 1998? Because the camera just
color bars and stuff, right?
Color bars. The camera cuts all over there's a part where there's like 50 different camera cuts.
Mm-hmm.
So even Shane and Cornette are pointing, what's anyways, let's just keep going.
The director must be drunk back there.
I will say this. Shane did sell it pretty well. With finding out what was actually going on and it wasn't technical problems, I thought it was legit like, wow, these guys are messing up a lot. You know what I mean? And I was just like, there was just so much like going on. I was like, ugh, this is not a good look for them.
Yeah.
But back to the match, we have a double underhook, a DDT to Dustin, followed by the mandible claw. We get the submission victory with the mandible claw. Although with all the stuff happening in the match, it was another 2 out of 10 in my book. It's a bad match. Almost nothing happened. And the whole Rock and Shamrock thing, it was weird. Then Shane and Cornette are breaking down the card, and Mankind's theme is playing under the when they're breaking down the card. But it's not just like Mankind's old theme. For some reason, it was like some class. Because remember when he joined when he first was Vince McMahon, and Vince McMahon tried to like class him up and was like, wear a button-up shirt. That's why he started wearing that shirt. And then he started coming out to like classical music. Remember this?
Yes.
So they're
playing in his book.
They're playing this classical music underneath, and it was just so distracting. I thank you. The iPhone is, a good example.
Sorry.
No, but it was just, it was one of those things that I was just watching. I was like, oh my God, what is that? What is that?
Yeah, no, I thought that before, like when he first came out as Mankind, that his whole thing was he would come out with this one music, and then when he would finish the match, he would be like in a state of like euphoria, and he would play this other music that you heard in the background. This Sunday night. So that was probably originally his entrance and exit gimmick, and then they went away from it when he put on the button up and the tie. And maybe since he was getting away from Kane at this time, they went back to that. But for how long, I don't know.
They're, like I said, they're breaking down the card, music playing in the background, distracting. After this though, Val Venus comes out on the ramp. He goes, Dustin, life got you a little down lately.
Oh my God.
Well, don't worry, because you're not alone. Your wife goes down as well. And then, like, he introduces the world to his new film. It's called How Terry Got Her Groove, which I did like. I did enjoy the title. I won't lie. When I heard that title, I was like, that's kind of funny. How do people cheer for Val Venus? You know what I mean?
Yeah, he just coveted somebody else's wife.
Yeah, he literally just cucked the man, and everyone's supposed to be like, "Oh, you suck, Dustin." Oh, like,
and he put it on film. He put Dustin on blast, and he's taking advantage of.
This
his
is the
mental
second
issues.
time this has happened, because this happened to Yamaguchi-san. You know it, and isn't Val's penis supposed to be chopped off?
Yeah, what happened?
I mean, maybe it grew back.
Make it work.
Maybe it grew back, or maybe these women are having sex with a deformed penis. They don't know.
Chopped off 1 inch out of the 10.
Or maybe
inches.
maybe it looked that good that women are just like, it's cool, even if you chopped half of it off, it's still great. I don't know.
He had glasses and he took them off, so he only circumcised me.
But first off,
he's
not a great person, and secondly, his character is a porn star.
Thirdly, he smokes like 3 packs a day.
Does he?
Well, by the way he talks, hello.
He
ladies.
yeah, and in his storyline is he cucked another man in WWE.
Yeah, and we don't know how many more there's to come.
So
see what I did there.
Next up we have Michael Cole with the Brothers of the Brothers of Destruction,
the Dead Bros.
And Cole asks them what their business with Vince is. Taker responds, "Why does everyone feel necessary to anger Kane and I? Our business deal is just that, a business deal. If Vince was standing on fire, I wouldn't throw scalding hot water on him." I was like, "Oh, no.
I love Taker.
Taker's really good.
This guy."
Just that line alone. If Vince McMahon was standing here on fire, I wouldn't throw scalding hot water on. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's just like.
I wonder if they have like videotapes that they send to the Performance Center. Like, look at Heat from '98. This is the Undertaker. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Discuss.
So if you didn't know, Vince McMahon made the match for September 27th. Undertaker versus Kane versus September 27th. Kane versus The Undertaker versus Stone Cold Steve Austin for the WWF Championship. Although there was some caveats added to the match. There was Kane can't pin The Undertaker and The Undertaker can't pin Kane. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? And yeah, Taker then warns Shamrock, The Rock, and Mankind. He says, tonight we face DOA, and to me, DOA stands for Dead on Arrival. I'm like, well, yes, Taker, you are correct. That is exactly what it stands for.
This is not just to you, but it's like medical code. Yes,
I know. I think their actual name wasn't their name though, Disciples of Apocalypse or something like that.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no.
No. DOA is going way too far. Dead on Arrival. No, we can't cross that line.
Undertaker's like, when I read the medical terminology book, I saw DOA, and that's what it said. So that's what I'm going with. I'm not saying Disciples of Apocalypse. That's crazy. Where's Sarah? We got to get out of here. Get your lady weights to get out of here.
Disciples? Apocalypse? Ministry?
Mankind, The Rock, and Shamrock all attack out of nowhere. Back from the break, Vince McMahon he asks Mankind. I love this Vince McMahon right here too, because he's such a consoling Vince McMahon. Like, he seems like that boss that wants to help you, but like you can't help yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Vince asks, what the hell are you doing? What are you thinking? I have plans, buddy. Mick, right now, the only way you need to do is leave the arena with The Rock and Shamrock with you. And, maybe Vince, maybe I need to leave the arena. Maybe I just need to go after Kane. He goes, no, I have plans. Oh, okay, I'll leave, and I'll bring them with. I don't know why my Mankind sounds like Shaggy.
No. You got it. Shaggy's a little more. There's more trembles in his voice.
Yeah. Hey, Scoob. No, so that and I love this because Vince is just like, I know, Mankind. I know, you deserve better. I understand.
Oh, yes, I do.
It's okay. We'll get it done. We'll get it done. And
No,
so-
the Mankind ad libs are just stuff of gold right there.
oh, dude, Mankind was so good on the mic.
Yeah, those the ad libs that are just very tiny and just very like responses to Vince's reactions. Whew, my God, please somebody cut a promo like that.
Then we have something that you might not want to take a look at: Luna versus Jacqueline. Which I mean, it was. I had to look at my score real quick. It was a decent match.
It was. Luna was ahead of her time.
That's
man.
the one
She was
thing.
So good.
Luna was
then
good.
And
And Jacqueline was good.
Jacqueline was good too. Yeah. But they do that thing where they try to sex up Luna. You know what I mean? Instead of her being who she was back in the day.
It was 90. Yeah. I don't agree with it nowadays looking back.
And then they paired her with the oddities. And, once Sable came into the mix, it looks like they gave Luna all these weird, like, singlets that are like, ass floss.
Yeah.
It
seems they did that with a lot of the women.
It didn't go right. Yeah.
I feel like they had a surplus of them. And they were like, well, women, everyone pick a color.
Yeah.
And because I think Jacqueline got the red one.
Yep.
Luna got the white one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who got a purple one. Maybe I think Ivory got the purple one eventually.
Yeah. And Sable stayed with, nakedness and just finger paint.
Well, the thing is that, and they pointed out on the show, is that Sable wasn't a wrestler. And everyone looks back like, oh, they were like, oh, Sable. Remember Sable? Like, she was trained eventually, but she did not start as a wrestler. She came in as a valet to Mark Marrow. You know what I mean?
She was Miss Elizabeth the whole way, yeah.
Exactly. And then eventually she learned how to become a wrestler. So I think a lot of people be like, oh, remember Sable? Wasn't she so good? I mean, like, yeah.
Yeah, and according to kayfabe, Sable was the most.
She had a big
powerful-
storyline.
She was like, if you compare on who's the more powerful woman in the oddities, it was Sable.
Oh, yeah.
She was the leader. She was ahead of Luna Vachon.
Yeah.
From the famous Vachon family, by the way.
I would love, by the way, if the oddities would come back and join the Firefly Funhouse.
Oh, yeah.
Like, honestly, with like Alexa Bliss, Bray Wyatt, and the oddities. Oh, my God. That would be so good. Especially Big Silva. No.
He's not around anymore.
Oh, he's not? Oh, damn.
No.
Well, you know what? We have Luna and
we can get the Great Khali.
There you go. He just comes out. Everybody come see the Great Show. I believe, isn't Luna passed away too? Or no? Am I wrong about that?
Luna Vachon? Maybe. I don't want to speak ill, but maybe.
Anyways, Jacqueline takes it to Luna, and there's a lot of Irish whip spots, though, in this match. I feel like the entire match was full of it. And then we get a facebuster to Jacqueline, a Luna bomb to Jacqueline. That's what they called it for some reason. It was kind of like a Sable bomb, but yeah. Unfortunately, we are right. Luna Vachon did pass away in 2010. So R.I.P. Luna. I mean, that's a bummer. So she was married to Gangrel. Did not know that.
Wow.
Did not know that. Jacqueline locks in the figure 4 to Luna. We have a submission. Jacqueline over Luna. I give this match a 5 out of 10. It wasn't a horrible match. It wasn't. The notes I wrote. It wasn't horrible.
Remember, man, this is on the heels of the Divas being, the center of attention. So this is actually a pretty good women's match for the time.
Yeah. Sable comes out and she is pissed. She's like, Jackie, don't you leave. Damn you.
Jackie comes back and goes, you don't tell me what to do.
Like, it's funny.
You just came out.
It's funny because she's yelling at her like she just stole this victory. She won fair and square. Clean finish. Jacqueline won. She she says, Jackie, get out here. And that's when you were right about that. Though Jackie says, don't tell me what to do, even though she does come back out.
Like, you don't tell me what to do, but I do it.
She says, if you want, she was I'm not here to talk about any evening gown matches or arm wrestling matches. She goes, I challenge you to a good old fashioned wrestling match. Hopefully it won't be like what do you call it? Edge versus Randy Orton at Backlash. But hey, she says, in a wrestling match, you have to pin me. And that's when Sable says, oh, I can pin you because you're so good at getting nailed so much.
I swear to God, Vince Russo has a fucking book that is 101 dirty jokes and innuendos. And anytime something sexual comes up, he's like,
Oh, I don't even think they needed it, dude. I think at the time they were just like, someone said pin, they were like, I'd pin you.
They're a
Like,
bunch
oh,
of teenagers.
nailed. You know, like you ever nail her, you just pin her to the floor. You know, it's just something bad, and it's just like, I don't know. I feel like that was just like rampant in the locker room. But you're right, though. Vince Russo was the definite be all end all, and like as WWE writing was. So next up, we have DX versus Jeff Jarrett.
Oh wait, hold on.
What?
So I guess this means that Jackie lost the evening gown match.
She
on
did.
Raw?
She did lose the evening gown match on Raw.
Because remember, we got that challenge out on last Sunday.
And the one thing they did for some reason during that evening gown match on Raw, they were like, wow, we don't see many evening gown matches. We did have a tuxedo match in 1995. I'm like, why are you guys showing clips from 3 years of Harvey Whippleman versus Howard Finkel in a tuxedo match?
What?
Yeah.
Ooh, was that one of those celebrity matches at Mania?
No, this was on, I think, on Monday Night Raw, because this was like a regular. This was Monday Night Raw because Howard was wearing underwear that said Raw on the butt.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Which I kind of want. I'm not going to lie. I want.
Were they Speedos, tighty whities?
No, they were just, they were like tighty whities, but they were red.
Okay. Yeah.
I could probably make them myself. I mean, it is San Francisco. I could probably find them anywhere here. You know what I mean? There's dozens of places where I can buy custom-made apparel.
Mm-hmm. It's 2020. Go online.
There you go. DX versus Jeff Jarrett and D'Lo Brown and Owen Hart.
What?
So,
okay. Yeah, sure. Okay.
This was the night of completely randomized tag, because it's just okay. So Jeff Jarrett was fighting X-Pac. We know that from the Lumberjack match last week that we talked about. If you didn't watch it, click the link above. So then D'Lo and Owen Hart, they just, I don't know. Because
D'Lo just got off some heat with
I know
Kane.
Jeff Jarrett. I know
then
Jeff
he was with Val Venus for 52 weeks.
I know Jeff Jarrett took out the Road Dogg the week before with the guitar to the throat. That's why when
he's been beefing with DX. That makes sense.
Yeah. Owen Hart, I believe. Oh, he had a match for the Intercontinental title the week prior with Triple H that he lost. So, okay, it kind of all adds in together, I guess. I don't know.
My friends don't like your friends.
Yeah. Triple H does the Are You Ready promo, adding Jim Cornette to it, like you were saying earlier in the show.
Yeah. I have a question about that whole DX suck it thing.
Sure, let's talk about DX sucking it.
Yeah. Triple H comes out and does his spiel, and his opening spiel is, "Are you ready to suck it?" And the whole crowd goes, "Yes."
Yes, that's exactly what happens.
And then at the very end, the badass, "If you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you." Then the crowd, "Suck it."
So it's either suck it or suck it.
Pick a lane.
So they were like, "Hey, are you ready to suck it?" No.
Well, they were like,
"Well, suck it."
If you're cool, you love sucking it. And then at the end, "If you're not down with us, if you're not cool like us, go suck it."
See, wait. What I heard was, "Do you consent?" Well, if you don't consent, you're getting it anyways.
yeah, that too. Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Jiminy Christmas.
No, I totally took the fucked up deal here. No.
I've thought about that for years. I was like, that doesn't really make sense. And especially everyone's cheering like, "Yeah, we are ready to suck it. I want to suck it."
Yeah.
There's which in the 90s, which I really feel like there was probably a slew of men that went to these shows that were like, "I would never be caught dead with another man." But then they go to the show and they're like, "Yeah, I'm ready to suck it. Yeah."
Especially you, Triple H.
Yeah, Triple H, I'll suck it. Uh-oh. He's showing his butt again. Isn't that crazy?
Ooh, X-Pac is humping some guy's face. That's awesome.
Yeah. Anyways, so then Cornette then says, he goes, "Well, that is true. I have been in the wrestling business before Triple H, and I'll probably be involved with it long after he's gone." Yeah, fucking right.
Yeah.
Sorry, bro.
Let's look back now.
Yeah, I think Triple H got the upper hand on that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Gunn and D'Lo start this match. There was a weird. Oh, this is when all the weird video transitions started happening on the screen again. Famouser to D'Lo. Another technical glitch, and Cornette called out Kerwin Silfies. What's Kerwin Silfies doing back there? Is he taking a nap? And
and that one at one point, Shane blames Hawk for directing. Is Hawk back there directing?
Oh, that's bad. I didn't even hear that. But do you know who Kerwin Silfies is?
No, who's that?
He is a longtime director of WWE, and he directed, I believe, a lot of the WWE home videos.
The Coliseum videos?
Yeah, and he actually, I think he just got let go about a year ago.
Okay.
So,
well, they just laid off like 80 people, so okay.
And they're cutting more as we speak. Well, maybe not as we speak, but DDT to Triple H by Owen Hart. They cut to a picture-in-picture where it's just the same picture. So, like, it's like if you would see me twice just talking and, like, be like, what'd you think, Jose? And it's just you see me looking at myself. And, yeah. Then we have the multicolored stripes screen, spinning heel kick break, or spinning neck breaker. Sorry, not a spinning heel breaker. That doesn't exist. A spinning neck breaker to Triple H.
Although I'm down to create that. It sounds pretty cool.
A spinning heel breaker. Someone needs to create a spinning heel. I'm looking at you, Steven Tresaro. Trips twisting his knee going down. Then we have constant camera cut. Like literally, the camera cuts were like 1, 2, 3. Like somebody was just like bam, 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 because it was it was annoying. Like I almost gave up. I almost said I'm not doing this, because it was just that annoying. I was like, who is doing this?
Yeah.
Where is retribution? We have a pump handle slam to X-Pac by Dennis Knight, recreating the scene from a week earlier, setting him up for D'Lo Brown to hit the frog splash. D'Lo gets the pin in the win. I give this match a 4 out of 10. What the fuck is going on? How many different storylines were involved in this match? You know what I mean? With the constant camera cuts.
And not only storylines within the wrestlers inside the ring, but with what's going on outside
in the production truck. Yeah. And it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like wait for a calmer segment, like Jackie Luna. That would have been a perfect place to put.
There you go. See, well, they had to get in that line about pinning her and nailing her. And she's so good at getting nailed. Yeah, so that they couldn't obviously do it there. We cut back from break, and we're in the production truck, and we see Al Snow is in the production truck for some reason. So that's the reason why we've been having technical difficulties. Then we go to Edge versus Taka Michinoku. Probably match. What did I give this match? No, it was not the match of the night. Taka is wearing his WWE tights again, because I always thought this was funny of Taka. He had the WWE logo on his tights.
Yeah, that's what they do to generic international wrestlers.
So I was like, which I kind of get it, because
that's how you punish the gaijin.
No. Okay, so I think in a lot of other countries some people will have like sponsorships and things like that, and especially in the rings. Like if you notice New Japan Pro Wrestling, they'll change the center of their ring or the sides of their ring. It'll say a different sponsor, which I like that. I like sponsorships on the ring mats. I think it's kind of cool. I'm also cool with the playing ring mats too. I don't really mind them. So I think that's what he was going for, and I think they were like, well, you can't really use any real logos. The only logo you can use is the WWF logo. So he was like, all right, whatever, I'll use that. And there.
Or WWF could have been using that logo for when they sent him out to when they lent him out to.
That's true. Yeah.
To AAA.
Yeah, or to like
CMLL or New Japan or All Japan.
They did have a pretty good working relationship with CMLL. Was it AAA or CMLL? I believe it was CMLL.
I think WCW did AAA.
No, I know. Okay, yeah.
They did CMLL?
I believe so, yeah. I know they had one with one of them at the time, so.
Yeah, and if you send them out over there, that's, self-promotion at its finest.
Yeah. Let's see, where are we? So Edge begins to strike on Taka, and we cut backstage, and security is leading Snow out of the ring, and we cut back, and the match is pretty much over. Downward spiral to Taka, pin, win, 2 out of 10. Kai and Tai begins to beat down on Edge. Gangrel comes out for the save. He tells Edge to come home.
He's like, huh? What are you talking about?
So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's like, hey, The Sam Trans is leaving to Santa Cruz.
There's this guy Christian that's working with me. I think he said he knows you.
He owns a van. He'll give you a ride if you don't make the 10 o'clock bus.
There you go.
Yeah. So that was, I mean, it was a segment. It begins Gangrel and Edge and the whole Brood thing, you know. That's cool. Then we have Al Snow being arrested by the police, and for some reason, instead of taking him to a police station, he is dragged to the center of the ring like San Jose police do, apparently. Don't get arrested in San Jose, apparently, because they bring you to the center of, like, they bring you to the person that you have committed the crime against and let them do whatever they want to you.
And you never take the cuffs off.
This is bad. So Sergeant Slaughter, he's, God, my throat is already so shot for the night.
And I love Al Snow too.
So he has his mannequin head behind him, and Al Snow's good at this role because he's sitting there. He's just like talking to the head while he's holding it behind him, but Sergeant Slaughter thinks he's talking to him. He's like, "Oh, you're sniffing my butt," and Sergeant's like, "I'm not sniffing your butt. What are you talking about?" Sorry, I can't do full Sergeant Slaughter right now. My throat just will not allow it. He says,
No. Even Sergeant Slaughter cannot do Sergeant Slaughter.
He's in the ring. He says, why don't you get it, maggot? Nobody wants you here. Slaughter says, tomorrow night on Raw, I challenge you to a boot camp match. And if you win, you're reinstated. And then Sergeant Slaughter, I don't know what he is technically, but he's the commissioner. The commissioner of...
Was he?
Yeah, he's technically the WWF commissioner at the time. He begins beating down on Al Snow. Handcuffed Al Snow in front of the police.
Jack Tunney never did that.
Jack Tunney was the president. He carried himself in a very presidential way.
You're right.
The commissioner, I mean, boy, oh boy. Look at the other commissioners we have. William Regal. By the way, I watched the Monday Night Raw and the week prior, and we had one of the real man's man, Steven Regal video promo. Oh my God.
He put his hand in his back.
Well, yeah, he's like chopping wood. He's a real man. He does everything by him. You know, things like, it was so good.
Okay, yeah.
I wish we would have got that on Sunday Night. I hope we get some real man's man, Steven Regal.
We should pretty soon because I don't see how that can survive much on Raw.
Did you hear the thing about Vince McMahon recently? He said one of his favorite wrestlers that he's ever loved, like he just loves to watch, is William Regal. That's one of his favorite wrestlers of all time.
He's a fan of the old school, man.
But Vince knows that William Regal's style of wrestling will not draw the big bucks. You know? So
if it's not money, then it's nothing.
Yeah. If it's not money, it's going to be funny. You know what I mean? I think that's Vince's motto. You know, if it doesn't just draw money by what it is.
We'll make it money by adding a few laughs.
Yeah, Drake Maverick. Oh, yeah. Here's a thing.
Nailing jokes. A joke about somebody nailing somebody.
Sable. Then we go to DOA versus BOD. We have the Disciples of Apocalypse versus the Brothers of Destruction. So Vince joins Kane and the Undertaker at ringside. He joins the commentary team, and I don't know what the fuck was going on with Jim Cornette and Vince McMahon. But I felt like Jim Cornette was saying some stuff that he probably shouldn't have been saying on the mic because he was just like, "Oh, hey Vince, you never come down for me. Hey, how's it going? How you doing?" And Vince, how you doing? Oh, Shane, how you? Oh. And him and Shane have this whole you could tell Vince is like, Shane is just trying to go, "Thank you, sir, for joining." Like he shakes Vince's hand at one point, and Vince is just like, "That's my boy." But
then Cornette sticks his hand out there like, "Hey, shake my hand too."
Yeah, no, he doesn't. I don't think Vince likes Jim Cornette very much.
No, he just had him there because he knew how to get angles over.
Yeah. Vince, so he's on commentary, and we do get a little very old school Vince commentary. So that was cool. Vince is always good on commentary.
Vince has always been really good on the mic as an announcer. Always.
In general.
Now, today.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, in the heyday, he was one of the reasons why WWF became WWF because they had a very entertaining commentary crew.
Yes. So I don't know which one was which, but I'm just going to take assumptions here. I'm going to take what my notes say me. Kane and Skull begin this match. They go back and forth, exchanging shots. We get a double boot, knocking each other down, which Kane goes, "Look at that double kick," or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
We have a choke slam to 8-Ball. Skull breaks up the count. And then 8-Ball hits like a reverse pile driver to Kane, which I was like, Jesus Christ. These two guys, they are almost as big as Kane and Undertaker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just like,
no, and when he did that pile driver, they cut to Vince and the announce crew, and you know how I was kind of sloppy. Vince was like, oh, like you see his face, like, oh my God, he almost killed Kane.
Yeah, this is after.
Back to character.
Yeah, and this is after. Oh my God, and this is after. What do you call it? The Owen Hart, Stone Cold Steve Austin neck break. So, you know,
he probably got freaked out.
A lot of people say that after that there was no more pile drivers. That is not true. We are still seeing pile drivers being done in the WWF in 1998.
And tombstones, which are sketch too.
Kane and The Undertaker are allowed to do them. Mm-hmm. They've always been allowed to do them. That's their thing. They always will be allowed to do them. Everybody else, though, like nowadays, nobody gets to do a tombstone or a pile driver, except unless it's a Canadian destroyer, which for some reason Vince doesn't consider a pile driver. I don't know, man. And yeah,
I think it's because the recipient does all the moves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all on the recipient.
Yeah. Kane gets up automatically, hits a tombstone pile driver, and gets the pin and the win. And I don't remember who he pinned. It was one of the twins. I don't know. They're both big and bald, and one of them had a bandana on at one point, but then it got lost. So I don't know. Even Shane at one point was like, I think that's Skull or 8-Ball. I don't know. And this match was a 6 out of 10 in my book. It was pretty good. Showcasing which the name of that Vince is giving Taker and Kane in this, the Brothers Grimm. I vaguely remember this one.
Yeah, but it's wow.
Yeah, Brothers of Destruction, Dead Bros. Whatever you want to call them, just not Total Carnage, not the Brothers Grimm.
Ooh, Mark and Glenn.
Oh, there's Mark and Glenn coming down to the ring. Oh my God. Maybe that's what. Maybe they'll start a tag team on the independent circuit. Oh my God! It's the Dead Man. It's Mark, and he's the demon from hell, Glenn.
Oh my God!
It could
they both have glasses on.
Yeah. Oh God.
Okay. Well, this whole show, it while it wasn't the greatest of shows, you know what it did do? It actually made me want to watch Raw. So I think I might watch it this weekend.
Which one? The one after or the one before?
The one after this, yeah.
Well, the one after it, I believe.
It's a good promotion for Raw.
I believe, because next week, September 27th is that's the go home showing for In Your House. It's technically In Your House Breakdown, but they're just calling it Breakdown. And I believe this is where they start. They're like, you know what?
They said In Their House a couple times.
Did they?
Last week. Yeah, last week they did.
I believe, though, this is one of the ones where they're going to stop using the In Your House. They're like, let's just call it Breakdown. We don't.
Yeah, what the hell?
We don't need to call it In Your House. I mean, we know we're in their house. They know. We don't need to keep telling them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, all right, cool. I'm down with it. I mean, I haven't even looked up all the matches for. I don't even want to look up the matches for Breakdown.
Well, you got Jackie and Sable in the legit wrestling match.
That's true. You have Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Undertaker versus Kane. You have. I'm trying to remember how that match ended. I don't remember.
You have The Rock maybe breaking up, right?
Yeah, I believe he's going to leave the nation at that point, right? I mean, he has to.
I think so. We'll have to look it up.
So, yeah. I mean, I guess we could look it up, right? I mean, that's we should probably promote next week's episode. So, WWF Breakdown. Let's see, 1998. I'm not gonna look at reviews, but we're gonna talk. I'm just gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you the matches. I wish there was just like, like just telling you like, oh, this is. So we have apparently. Oh, on Heat we're gonna have the Oddities versus Mosh and Thrasher, or so Golga. I'm sorry, and it's a singles match. It's a Oddity singles match. We're gonna have the Hardy Boys. Oh, the Hardy Boys.
What?
Uh-oh. They're going to take on Kai and Tai, DOA, in a handicap match against Billy Gunn for some weird reason. Owen Hart and Edge Al Snow and Scorpio versus Too Much.
You spoiled it. So he beat Sergeant Slaughter, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, who kind of knew where that was going? Mark Marrow and Droz, Bradshaw and Vader. Oh, that's going to be a slobber knocker. Ken Shamrock in a number one contender match. Oh, so it's a triple threat number one contenders match, a steel cage match. The Rock, God. Ken Shamrock, and Mankind. Okay.
So this is all on Heat.
So, no. Sorry, this is Breakdown.
Okay.
This is Breakdown now.
Okay. When did it become Breakdown? The whole thing was Breakdown?
The first match of Breakdown is Owen Hart and Edge.
Okay.
Val Venus versus Dustin. Okay.
Yeah.
DX versus in a 6-man tag versus as you may guess, Jeff Jarrett and Southern Justice.
Mm-hmm.
And then and then the main event. Sorry, I just saw that result. Now I know what happened. Then it's a triple threat match. It's The Undertaker versus Kane versus Stone Cold Steve Austin for the WWF Championship.
It's a triple handicap match.
It's a triple cap match or handy threat match.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know, man. It is what it is. But you know what? We're gonna watch all of it, and we're going to tell you everything that happens because that's what we got ourselves into. And for some reason,
we're doing this for you, just for you.
And for some reason, I'm a completist, so I would feel like it would just be like gnawing at the back of my head if we don't complete this.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in it for the long haul.
Oh my God!
But you know what?
It'd be great if we stop at 30, and you're like, but we're almost there.
I'm like Carmen with the come to me, come to me, come to me, give me. Anyways, guys, that about does it here for us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'm telling you too, Jose.
I did.
Okay, well, if you did, then you at home, like, share, and subscribe at CWR415, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Follow us on every podcast application you have. And we'll see you later. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.